African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 21st of February, 2025. From February 15th to 21st, the armed forces of the Russian Federation carried out 11 group strikes with long-range precision weapons of air, land, and sea basing, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, as a result of which gas and energy and port infrastructure facilities, as well as electrical substations that ensure the operation of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, were damaged. In addition, missile and artillery weapons depots, military airfield infrastructure, assembly shops, storage sites for attack unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as temporary deployment points for Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries were damaged. Over the course of a week, 58 Ukrainian servicemen surrendered on the contact line. Units of the North Group of Forces destroyed Ukrainian armed forces formations in the Kursk region. During the offensive operations, the settlement of Sverdlikovo in the Kursk region was liberated. Airstrikes, UAVs, and artillery fire damaged the manpower and equipment of 2 tank brigades, a heavy mechanized brigade, 5 mechanized brigades, 3 airborne assault brigades, 3 assault regiments of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Marine brigade, and a territorial defense brigade. In the Kharkov direction, units of the motorized infantry and assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade were defeated. Over the course of a week, in the area of responsibility of the North Group of Forces, the enemy's losses amounted to over 2,255 servicemen, 11 tanks, and 137 combat armored vehicles. 166 vehicles, 36 field artillery guns, 3 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 3 EW stations, and 5 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the West Military Group actively liberated the settlements of Figalovka in the Kharkiv region and Yampilovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The manpower and equipment of the tank, for mechanized, ranger, mountain assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 territorial defense brigades were damaged. The enemy lost over 1,315 servicemen, 15 combat armored vehicles, including 8 M113 armored personnel carriers made in the United States, 39 vehicles, 36 field artillery pieces, including 16 made by NATO countries, 10 electronic warfare stations, and 11 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved their tactical position. They defeated the formations of 4 mechanized, infantry, mountain assault, airmobile brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and 2 territorial defense brigades. Over the course of a week, the Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 1,365 servicemen, 12 combat armored vehicles, including 2 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 18 automobiles, 19 field artillery guns, including 5 Western-made ones, 4 electronic warfare stations, and 7 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance into the depths of the enemy's defenses and actively liberated the settlements of Berezovka and Nadezdinka of the Donetsk People's Republic. Defeat was inflicted on units of 5 mechanized, 2 ranger, airmobile, 2 motorized infantry, and assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 territorial defense brigades, and 2 National Guard brigades. The losses of the Ukrainian Armed Forces amounted to over 2,740 servicemen, 12 tanks, including a Leopard tank made in Germany, 28 combat armored vehicles, including 6 M113 armored personnel carriers made in the USA, 42 vehicles and 40 field artillery pieces, including 3 Western-made, were destroyed. Units of the East Group of Forces continued their active advance into the depths of the enemy's defenses, and with decisive actions liberated the settlements of Novosayolka and Novo-Chertovatoy of the Donetsk People's Republic. The formations of a tank, 4 mechanized, airborne assault brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces, a marine brigade and 2 territorial defense brigades were defeated. The enemy lost over 1,100 servicemen, 6 tanks, including 2 Leopard tanks made in Germany, 13 armored combat vehicles, 23 automobiles, and 29 field artillery pieces, including 3 made in NATO countries. 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized, mountain assault brigades, 3 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces, and 2 territorial defense brigades. The Ukrainian armed forces lost over 460 servicemen, 43 vehicles, and 7 field artillery guns. 10 electronic and counter-battery warfare stations were destroyed, as well as 4 ammunition depots. Over the past week, air defense systems have shot down 2 MiG-29 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force, 2 JDAM guided aerial bombs and 36 MRS multiple launch rockets made in the United States, 17 Hammer guided aerial bombs made in France, a Uragan multiple launch rocket, a Neptune anti-ship missile converted to hit ground targets, and 790 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 655 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 44,132 unmanned aerial vehicles, 596 anti-aircraft missile systems, 21,688 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,521 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 21,926 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 32,005 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.